so it looks like you're all ready to start out standing, so let's go ahead and do that. Feet hip-width distance apart, and just start to bring your breath into your practice. We're going to do plenty of energy building moves this morning since it's the beginning of the day and the beginning of the week. And we need the breath to really help us through those. So start to notice as it just goes through your body. Smoothing it out first, and then as you become more aware of your breath, start to notice how it fills the body and opens up all the energy centers that are in your body. Okay, so like millions of places where energy is hiding. Let's send them some air and some breath so they can get to work. And now start to notice your feet. We want the feet grounded, nice and even, all four corners of the feet. And an energetic contact with the earth. And then drawing up through the legs, feeling the energy in the legs. And the spine nice and long so the breath can flow smoothly through. And arms at your side, and maybe the palms facing forward to open up the shoulders and be in an energy gathering position. And then finally check out where the head is. Is it forward? Is it back? Is it nice and centered over the spine? Let's try and get it there. And from this position of length and strength, let's add some arms. So exhale, and then as you inhale, draw the arms up. Feel the energy of the earth coming up with you. Inhale. Press your palms together, seal that energy in, and then exhale, draw the energy to your heart. And we'll do that a couple more times. Breathing in energy, go at your own pace, see what feels good to you here. Draw your arms up as high as they want to go right this moment, and then drawing the palms together and bringing the hands to your heart. So it's not always necessary to go full up with the arms. Sometimes it's not even advisable, right? So let's keep an eye on that. And let this next round be your final round, landing with your hands at your heart. And just take a moment of gratitude for being here, for being in your practice. All right, let's shake things out and start warming up so we can start to stretch. Had a request for stretching, of course. Inhale and exhale. Okay, as you just move around, loosen things up. All right. And we're going to keep things nice and loose here as we come into our cats and cows. So take your feet to a comfortable place, maybe slightly wider than hip-width distance here. And we're going to let the knees and hips be soft as we move through cats and cows. Hands to the thighs and open up. Hands and open. Just nice, loose, comfortable cats and cows here. Once again, where do your arms belong in this movement? Lower, higher? Good. And the next time your hands are to your thighs, just hold here and then gently roll up. Inhale and exhale. And we'll start to take the spine side to side. So we're going to just leave the left hand down by the left leg, take the right arm gently up, and tilt to the left. And then come back and tilt to the right. And let's keep going. Just find your way through this. Try and keep your feet planted here, because that helps you get the stretch. And remember that we're warming up first and then moving more deeply into the stretch. So just as you go side to side, start to feel how things are going. Good. And the next time you're over to the left, whenever that comes around for you, stay there. Press through your right foot. Make sure it's nice and planted. And we're going to release and come back a little bit. Even if your arm is here, that's great too. We release and come back. Release and come back. Just stay in touch with your shoulders. See what's feeling good to them for this. And then come all the way over, hold here, and start to let your left arm float up. Press those left fingertips away to get a little more extension in the left side. Bring the arms up, right hand down, or come over to the right and release and come back. We did it a bunch of times on the other side, so we'll do it a bunch of times on this side. Good, and the next time you're over to the right, stay here. Make sure your left foot is planted. Feel that nice stretch in the left side, and then float your right arm up, press those right fingertips away. Good, and bring it up. And let's just go up and down a few times, just releasing things here. Knees and hips, shoulders if they got a little tight. And then come back to center. Okay, so we're going to start again with the feet slightly wider than hip width distance, and start to move side to side. We're going to take this is your right leg behind the left, sweep the left arm across, left leg behind the right. And just start out where you start with this, and then as you feel comfortable, maybe move a little more into it. Maybe the hand starts coming a little farther down. Okay, we're twisting, we're moving the spine in that side to side twisting motion. And just go down as far as is comfortable for you right now. And then start to work your way back up. And then continue up. So we're going to start reaching the hands up toward the sky. Once again, as far as is comfortable for you. All right. And then work your way back to a nice, comfortable standing. Let's come into mountain pose with the feet hip width distance apart and feel how the energy is moving now. And just notice what's happening in your body. Inhale and exhale. We're going to seal this energy building of the beginning of our practice with a movement called Gathering Goddess Energy. So let's go ahead and take the feet wider than hip width distance, hands to the hips, and you're all familiar with this. As you bend your knees, they go over the toes. Knees over toes, knees over toes. Now we're going to add some arms. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, arms out as you bend your knees. Stay here, bring the arms forward, and gather your energy. Inhale, up. Exhale, out to the side. Take the arms forward and gather. So we reach up for energy. Take it down. Keep the legs here and in. Up, down, forward and in. We'll do that 2 more times. Up, down, forward and in, and bring your hands to your heart and stand tall. Bring your feet together, shake out a little bit. All right, everybody good? We're going to make our way down to the earth here. So come to the top of your mat. Find mountain pose and take a few breaths. Yeah. Good. And then from here, remember, anytime we fold, you're going to where you want to be in your forward fold. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we fold from the hip creases as high or as low as you want to right now. Hands to the thighs, knees bend, hips back. Shine your heart forward, draw the hips down, bring your hands down, and then let's go ahead and step back. We'll start in down dog here. Inhale and exhale and pedal the feet. So as you pedal the feet, really think about giving them a nice little massage, opening up the soles of the feet, letting those toes get a little excitement here, and we're warming up the backs of the legs too. So now go ahead and press one heel down and hold. Switch sides, press the other heel down, press both heels down, and then bring your knees down. Sit off to the side and find seated mountain pose. So we're coming into seated mountain pose. Take a moment here. Give our bodies a moment to adapt from being up. And shake things out. Inhale and exhale. All right, I asked, but I didn't get a favorite core move yet from anybody. Feel free to let me know later, because we'll be back here again a few times this week. So let's go ahead and just pick one at random, shall we? Why, yes, we shall. Here we go. Arms are forward. Okay. We're going to lean back with a long spine. Your feet stay here. And then with both feet down, just take your arms out to the side. You start to feel your core really kick in, right? Bring them forward and take it up. We have not changed position from this core engagement here. All right, and now release. So that's our basic move. It's back. We'll do that again. Back into core engagement, even core challenge, arms forward, and then keeping that nice and strong, arms out, arms forward, arms up, and arms down, and release. Okay, so we can add leg to that, your option. Take it forward, lean back into that core challenge point. We're doing arms again. Option, add the right leg. Arms out, right leg comes up. Arms forward. Just the toes tap down, not the whole foot. Arms overhead. And toes tap down and sit up. We're going to take it back again. And option, add the left leg. Take it out, left leg. Toes tap. Arms overhead. Left foot down and release. We're going to do that 4 times on each side. So we'll stay on the right for 4 times. Remember, there's a big difference between tapping the toes down and letting the foot come to rest. Try and tap all the time. Here we go. Arms are forward, feet are flat. Take it back, engage your core, and it's right option, tap. Arms overhead and tap. Arms out and tap. Arms up and tap. And out. And up. Good. Out. And up. That was 4. Bring it in. Okay. Everybody okay with that? Wave. Give me a wave if you're good. We're going to start on the left. Remember, your choice whether to add the leg or not. Take it back. Here we go. And it's left option. Tap. Up and tap. Left. Tap. Up and tap. Out. Tap. Up and tap. This is 4. Tap. Up and tap and release. All right, we're we're going to move to the obliques very similarly here. We're going to start, though, straight up with the spine. Arms are forward. Right arm back, left arm forward. Now we lean into it. And up, left arm back, right arm forward. And lean in. Option, add the leg. Arms are forward. Here we go. Everybody ready? Right leg, left arm. Option, right leg up. Bring it forward. Left arm back, right leg forward. Option, left leg up. And let's go side to side. Nice and smooth. We started to the right. So the next time you find yourself on the right, just stay here. Do a little grand finale here. Hold. Bring it in. And then take it to the left and hold. Good. Bring it in. Come up to seated. And just shake everything out. Anybody feel that? Are we good? Ready for some hip work? So we're in a great position right now to move into rock the baby. Let's get those sit bones nice and even on the earth here. Legs forward. Inhale and exhale. All right. Just take another moment to release things. If that feels like it's what you need to do. Does definitely feel like it's what I need to do right now. So I'm just going to take a little moment here. All righty. And that's your practice, right? Always feel free to do whatever the body is telling you. This needs to come before that, right? All right, so now we're coming back into seated mountain pose with the feet flexed, spine long. Bend your right knee. Take your right foot in your left hand and hold on to your right leg. Probably at the thigh level. We're keeping the upper body still as we move the leg out to the side. Remember what we're doing here. We want to open the hip. Every once in a while, check in with your left leg. See if those toes are still pointing up and the knee is still pointing up. A lot of things to stay conscious of here. It's side to side. Warming up that hip. And then bring the right ankle to the left thigh so it's over the left knee. Support yourself with your hands and just bring your left foot in until it touches the mat. Your right foot is flexed and that right leg goes side to side. Once again, keeping the torso still. We want our focus here to be on the hip. And allow that right foot to come all the way over to the left now. Okay? Your foot can either stay by the thigh, or if your right hip feels like it's too hiked up, go ahead and bring your right foot in front of your left shin. We're moving into a little twist here, so hold on to your right. This is your right shin. Left arm up and over, left hand back behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, deepen your twist any amount as you take your gaze toward your right shoulder. And the next time you exhale, take your gaze back to the left. And the next time you exhale, take your gaze to the right. And then take your gaze center, release, unwind, and give the legs a crazy shake. All right. Good to move on to the left. Everybody okay? Okay, let's go ahead, rocking the baby on the left. The right leg is super strong, foot is flexed, toes and knee are pointing up. We've got the left foot in the right hand, and we're opening the left hip, keeping the torso steady. See how that left hip is feeling this morning. And then take your left ankle across your right thigh, above the knee, support yourself with your hands, and bring the right foot in till it touches the mat, also keeping the torso steady as the left leg starts to move side to side. And then let that left foot come all the way over to the right. Check to see if you're even on the earth. This is what we want here. We want the sit bones to be both on the earth. So move your foot if that works better for you. I find typically that it works better for me. So let's go ahead and have the right hand outside the left leg. Bring the left arm up, bring the hand behind, inhale, and always with a long spine before you twist. Take your body to the left, so we're twisting to the left. And now lengthen the spine again and take your gaze toward your left shoulder. As you exhale, take your gaze toward the right. And then on your next exhale, take your gaze to the left. And come back to center. Extend the legs, give them a crazy shake. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come to hands and knees. All right? So if you desire extra padding for your knees, right? Grab something nearby that you can pad your knees with. Also, if you don't have anything but you want to pad your knees extra, you can use your mat. Just flip up an end of it. We are in hands and knees here. Anything we do in hands and knees, you could do with your hands on the wall, which if that's better for your wrists, okay? So let's inhale here, and we're going to work on our balance, okay, with the just opposite arm, opposite leg balance. So hips are square here. Float your right leg up. Make sure the hips are still square. Even yourself out, float your left arm up by your left ear, and now you're nice and even, your weight is evenly distributed between your left knee and your right hand. Good. And release. Coming back to all fours, 4 points of contact, left leg up, even it out. Right arm by the ear, and see if everything's feeling nice and even here in this opposite arm, opposite leg movement. Nice, good, and bring it down. Okay, now we're going to strengthen the arms with some tricep push-ups. So walk your hands way forward, come into knee down plank, adjust as necessary for you. And then go ahead and bend at the elbows, come up, press back. So a few triceps push-ups to wake up and strengthen those arms this morning. Knee down plank, push up, and come back. And from here, start to work your way into your child's pose, whatever that feels like for you right now. Usually big toes together, knees wide apart. You want your forehead connected to something. So it might rest on the mat, it might rest on your hands or fists. Your arms could be long forward. Your elbows could be bent if that's better for you. Sometimes you might want your hands by your feet. And just rest in your child's pose. And as you finish here, float yourself back up and come into downward facing dog. So once again, we've got 4 nice points of contact, weight evenly distributed. feeling that length of down dog, and start to walk your your feet toward your hands. Take them a little wider as you go till they wind up mat width distance apart. Bring your forearms to your thighs, bring your palms to your heart, and float up. Fingertips up toward the sky, inhale, and as you exhale, step back to mountain pose. All right, let's take a couple of breaths here, just check in, see how everything's feeling. Good, and we'll go ahead and start moving into our sun salutations. We're going to add a low crescent lunge. So once again, with that padding for the knee, either you have something to put under your knees if you like that, and you can always flip up the edge of your mat. Okay? Always be nice to your knees. So sometimes, like for this, I have a mat on top of a plush rug. That's enough padding for my knees. But if I was just a sticky mat on a concrete floor, I would definitely want extra padding. So it's, you have to determine each time, what do my knees need right now? Let's go ahead and find the feet hip width distance apart. Find mountain pose. Palms forward, and see how the breath and energy is moving this morning after we've done all of that opening and energy building. So we can take that into our sun salutation. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Once again, you're going to where you belong in a forward fold right now. Bring your hands to your thighs, hips back, knees bend. Shine your heart forward. Sink the hips down. Bring the hands to the mat and step back with your right leg. Now you're in a lunge, and just enjoy that lunge. Maybe move around, make sure both hips are happy right now. And we're going to bring the right knee down, preparing for low crescent lunge. Okay, toes are pointed behind you, and float the arms up here. Inhale. Good. We're going to add on to this. Take both hands down. The right hand stays on the mat, and the left arm opens to the left. Let's see how that feels going to the other side. Left hand stays down, right arm opens to the right. And release. Okay, let's find plank, knees up or down. Your choice, knees up, knees down, wherever you're stronger in your plank, and chaturanga down. Keep this nice and strong. No wobbly spine here. Good. All right, let's keep the hands light on the mat, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. Lift your heart for a cobra here. Gentle baby cobra. The head just follows the spine. It doesn't throw itself back. And release. And one more time, lift into a baby cobra here. And release. Find your way to downward facing dog. Yep. Good. Inhale and exhale. Feel yourself evenly distributed, 2 hands and 2 feet. Take your right leg up and step forward with your right foot. Wherever the right foot goes is fine. We're bringing the left knee down now, and then arrange your body for low crescent lunge. With the left leg back, arms up, hands down, left hand stays down, right arm reaches up, twisting open to the right, right hand comes down, twist open to the left, yes, and release. Okay, go ahead and tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, engage all the muscles of your body, and take a nice big step forward, nice power step, strong. Take a half lift, forward fold, Float the arms out and up, gather, palms touch, and bring all that energy to your heart. Good, and release. Okay, ready on the left? We'll do that the same way. So feet hip width distance, top of the mat, mountain pose, palms are forward. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. You keep going, I'm just observing here. Good. Take a half lift, knees and hips bend. Sink the hips down, hands come to the mat, step back with your left leg, and enjoy that lunge for a moment. Okay, so now the other side gets a chance. And then bring your left knee down. So the left knee at this point will be behind the left hip, right knee over the right ankle, and float the arms up for the low crescent lunge. Yes, good. And then bringing the hands down, left hand stays down, right arm reaches up. And take it down and take it open to the other side. And release. All right, coming into plank. If you're going into a knee up plank, you'll want to raise your back knee. If you're going into knee down plank, then you can keep your back knee where it is and just come into your knee down plank. All right, and then chaturanga. Keep it strong. All right, so we're going to expand on the baby cobra now. The hands are under the shoulders. Take them down from the shoulders closer to your ribs and use them a little more to deepen your cobra. The elbows are still bent, your heart is forward, your head is just following the spine, but you're a little deeper. And take it down. If that worked okay for you, go ahead and do that again. If you prefer to bring your hands by your shoulders and stay a little more in the baby cobra, then do that. Whatever works for you. And your spine, and release. Okay, let's make a pillow with the hands. Rest your forehead, bend your knees, and let your legs move from side to side. A little spinal clearing from the back bends. Bring your feet down and find your way to downward facing dog. Yeah. So nice length in the dog, nice evenness. And then that left leg comes up and steps forward. It could step forward, maybe it only went a little bit, that's fine. Bring your right knee down. Adjust your body for low crescent lunge. Right knee is behind the right hip. Left knee over the left ankle. And we're in low crescent lunge. Bring the hands down. Right hand stays down. Spin open to the left. And then switch sides. And release. We'll do that power step again, so tuck your back toes, lift the knee, engage all the muscles of your body, and take a big step. Come to the top of your mat, half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. Good. And hands come heart center. And shake things out. All right, let's find mountain pose and just take a couple of breaths here, see how things are doing. How's everybody doing? We're good? Okay, we're moving on. Inhale and exhale here. All right, so we're going to start working on our balance here. Okay. So from mountain pose, take a fairly big step forward with your right foot. Okay. So we want a nice wide stance here, as though we were coming into warrior one, because we're going to be doing something similar to that. Okay, so your right knee is over your right ankle, your left foot is behind at an angle touching the mat. Okay, take your arms out. Now, go ahead and Straighten your right leg as you bring your arms in. Cross one arm over the other. Bend your right knee as you take your arms out to the side. And bring it in. So it's gather and release, bending and straightening that right knee. Gather and release. Yes. Gather and release. Okay. And gather here. Now the right leg is straight. So that was a little bit of coming in and out of balance, and we're going to do even more now. So find a spot that isn't moving where you can fix your gaze, right? Your right leg is now straight. Start to move into your right leg. Start to take your left leg up, out, and bring your left foot to your right leg. Bring your hands to your heart. We just came into tree. And release. Okay, so we're going to go back with the left leg. Right knee is bent. And we'll do that again, maybe a little smoother this time. Okay, so we've got the arms out and we cross over and gather and release. All right, and then stay with your right leg out, okay? Bring your arms, cross your arms. I think this is how we did it last time. I cannot remember. Start to lean into your right leg. Draw the left leg out. Come into your tree. Those left toes could be grounded here. And come hands to heart center. And release. All right, let's try it on the other side, okay? So we're going to slide the right foot back. Left knee is bent. Just arrange yourself, okay? Left knee is bent over the ankle. Cross your palms, arms, cross your arms. I don't know where that came from. Release. Gather and release. We're coming forward to gather and opening the arms to release. This is what we do all day. We move in and out of balance. So this is really good training for the body. You know, going off balance and into balance. And keep your arms open, right leg, this is your left leg straight. Let's cross the arms here and then start to lean into the left leg, come up on the right toes, bring them out, right foot to the left leg, and bring your hands to your heart. All right, take that right leg back, release, right knee bends, right foot is, your left knee is bent, your right foot is down, okay? And we gather and release. So the knee bends as the arms cross. Keep your arms crossed, straighten your left leg, come up on the right toes and start to bring it around into tree. Hands to your heart. Yes, and then bring your right foot down and come into balance. So that was a pretty challenging balance, a lot of movement to it. So let's just come into mountain pose and feel that balance happening. Inhale and exhale. All right, shake it out. We're going to do a wide-legged, basically standing pose triangle. So let's take the legs wide here, turn the right toes to the right, legs are staying straight, left toes are in at an angle, okay? Heart is facing forward, arms are in line with the shoulders here. If that's not comfortable for your shoulders, then keep your arms farther down. Perfectly fine. We're going to reach to the right and come back. Reach and come back. What we want more than anything here is stacked shoulders. So reach, reach, reach to the right. Let your right hand just drop to your right leg and let the left arm come up. This could be your triangle today if this is not good for your shoulders right now. Okay, so we're in triangle. Take your gaze towards your right foot and then take your gaze toward the center, just experimenting with different positions for the gaze. And then take your gaze towards your left fingertips and see how that feels. It might affect how balanced you feel or don't. And then come on up. Bring your hands to your hips. Take your toes forward. Bring your index fingers to your hip creases. As with all forward folds, you're going as far as is comfortable for you. So fold, you can stop here. You can stop. What we want to do is keep the hips over the ankles here. Carefully deciding where we want to land in this forward fold. Roll your hands down your legs as much or as little as your fold is allowing for right now. If your hands touch the floor, then go ahead and do that. And then rock side to side, bend one knee and then the other, just loosening things up here. So we bend the left knee, lean over to the left, bend the right knee, lean to the right. Just a little loosening here. Come back to center, hands to hips. Come halfway up, and then come the rest of the way up. Let's give the legs a little break, a little shake out here before we do triangle to the left. All right, take the legs wide. Left toes point to the left, right toes are in at an angle. Heart is facing forward, arms are out. Triangle can always be done with the hands lower too. Inhale and exhale, we reach and release. Reach and release. So we're just giving the body an idea of where we want it to go now. Reach, reach, reach. Let your left hand drop. Take your right arm up. Okay, we want the shoulders stacked. So if your hand is high up on the leg to keep your shoulders stacked, that's better than your hand being at your foot and you're down like this. Okay. Good. Now take your gaze towards your left foot. Just playing with different positions for the gaze here. Center and right fingertips. See what any of that does, and then come on back up, arms out, hands once again to the hips, index fingers in the hip creases, all 10 toes forward. Inhale. Exhale. Let's start halfway here. So either halfway or less, and pause here. Notice how the inner thigh, the back of the thighs is feeling here. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly go deeper if you want to. Inhale and exhale. And once again, once you get to where you're going, just move side to side. Just a nice release here. So you could be way up with your hands on your thighs and getting a release. You could have your hands on the mat and get a release. And wherever you are, come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips. Come halfway up and pause. And then come the rest of the way up. Good. Okay, we're going to heel toe the feet together, shake things out, and just move around. Just check in with your body, see what it wants and needs to do, because we're going to start to work our way back down to the earth here. Look around your space, see if there's anything you might want for when we are down on the earth here. Okay. Raise your hand if you have a block nearby. Okay. If you don't, that's okay. If you do, grab it. We're going to do legs up the wall and option to have the hips on a block. So if you have a block, just bring it handy. If you don't, we do this all the time without the block. That's fine too. And then when you're done moving around and gathering, maybe you have socks or an eye pillow that you want for right before we move into final relaxation. Have everything nearby. Come to the top of your mat. Find your mountain pose, and then find your breath. How is the breath moving? If it's a little choppy from all that motion, give it a chance to smooth out. See if you can feel the energy moving through your body. And then inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, we fold over those hip creases once again to your point of comfort here in a forward fold. Bring your hands to your thighs, knees bend, hips back, shine your heart forward. Here's our half lift. Sinking the hips down, bring the hands to the mat and find your way to down dog. If you have had enough down dogs in your day, feel free to come into table pose here with the knees down. And we're going to let the hips move. If you're in down dog, the knees will move too. If you're in tabletop, it might be just a hip thing for you. Come back to center, and if the knees are up, bring them down. Sit off to the side and find seated mountain pose. Okay, the sit bones are nice and even, the spine is nice and long. Inhale and exhale. And then loosen things up, shake everything out. We'll do a couple of soft forward folds. So just float your arms up any amount and come into a gentle forward fold. Roll your hands up your legs, float, and gentle forward fold. And then roll your hands up your legs. Go ahead and bend your knees and find your way down, spine to the mat. And just let your spine rest here for a moment. Take a nice couple of breaths. Inhale and exhale. We're going to extend both arms and both legs long. Inhale. Exhale, draw just the right leg in, holding on to the shin or the hamstring. Inhale, the right leg long, both arms overhead. Draw just the left leg in. Inhale, both legs long. Exhale, both legs in. All right, we're going to add on to this. Inhale, both legs long. Exhale, right leg only in. Hold on here. Now holding on to, with just your right hand, the shin or the hamstring, left arm out to the side. Let that right leg open out to the side and back. And then bring it to center. Take your right arm long out from your shoulder. Take your left hand to the outside of your right leg. And let that right knee cross just past the belly button here. The hips are still grounded. Now we're going to let the right knee come a lot over to the left, keeping the right shoulder grounded. Take your gaze towards your right fingertips. And then as you come back through center, cross your thighs. So you're in a tight X here. Hold on to your legs and move around. So a nice little hip release here. Okay, you could be holding on anywhere. You could have the sides of your legs. Some people have their ankles or their shins. It doesn't matter. Just move around. Let that right hip be nice and happy. Bring your left foot to the mat. Take your right leg straight up, point and flex. And circle one direction and the other. And go ahead and bring your right foot down. Let those knees open and close a few times. Little butterfly wings here. Extend both arms and both legs long. Inhale. As you exhale, draw just your left knee in. Does that right knee want bend? Let it, it's fine. Now take your, you've got your right arm out to the side, you're holding your left shin or hamstring, and let that left leg open out to the side and back. Good, and come back to center. Take your right hand outside your left leg, left arm out to the side. Left knee just crosses the belly button. We want to stay here for a moment, enjoying that lengthening in the outside of the left leg. Both hips are on the mat. And now that left knee comes farther over to the right. The shoulders stay grounded. The left hip can lift. And as you come back through center, let your legs cross into that X, hold on, and move around on this side. All right, release, bring your right foot down, left leg up, point and flex. And circle, one direction and the other. Bring the foot down. Okay, we're going to move into legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. If you have a block and you want to use it, lift your hips and slide the block under. If you did that and you realize that isn't what you want to do, just remove the block. Okay, if you don't have a block, that's fine too. We're going to take the right knee in and the left knee in and just hold here. See if this is okay. And then if you want to, straighten the right leg and the left leg. Be mindful of the amount of blood that's rushing into your head now. Make sure that's okay with you. So with either knees bent or legs up. Now maybe neither of those is good and you want to bring your feet back down, feel free to do that. Just take a few breaths here. And then go ahead and bend your knees, bring your feet down, lift off your block, and settle your spine back down onto the earth. Put the block off to the side. Hands are by your side here. And while we keep the spine in neutral, let's just go ahead and open and close the fingers, wiggle them. And then rotate the wrists one direction and the other. Hands back down. Okay. Make any minor adjustments as we start to take the head from side to side. Just noticing how the neck feels. Releasing. If you feel any tight spots, see what you can do to release, or maybe stay on one side for a couple of breaths. See if that helps. And then bring the head back to center and start to scan your body. See what other moves the body is asking you to make right now. Okay, how does everything feel? Is everything released? Do you need to get a couple of wiggles out before we start moving into our final relaxation? Does anything need to realign? Do you want to play with bent knees, straight legs? See what's more relaxing for your spine. We're moving into a period of conscious rest, so we want to be comfortable and relaxed. So find a very comfortable place for you to be. hands down by your side. Start to notice your breath. And then take a nice inhale through the nose. And as you exhale through the mouth, notice how the earth is right there to support you. You can let go. Release all effort. And just move into your final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you inhale, draw your arms and legs long. Exhale, draw both knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And then carefully coming up into a nice easy seat. Draw your palms together, and as you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.